Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for April 22nd, 2026. All right, commercial research analysts and business development leads, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before we start, this is the last brief before this week's terrain window narrows. 0 seats left in this week's CR Freeze Shaping Window Review. 65 of 96 agencies stalled under CR. That signal is what opened this session, and it will not repeat the same way next week. Code CR65 at the-icon.ai/capture. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 1,157 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies, 25 C-SPAN captures, and all of that is happening while market BCL is 0% with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. The past week has been a whirlwind of opportunity flow with 1,057 opportunities on the board. That's a robust number, but as any seasoned commercial research analyst will tell you, raw volume alone doesn't paint the full picture. A glance at the top opportunities like the military OneSource program and the C-17 Globemaster III sustainment contract reveals significant moves in sectors with mature, complex requirements. Yet the absence of dollar amounts in these postings is telling. It signals a phase where accessibility and clarity are not synonymous with sheer volume. Checking in with the GPS ticker, the BCL percentage sits at 0, indicating no shift in baseline contract language. What remains interesting is how these postings reflect a stable but potentially misleading environment. The top postings show an environment of continuity, but without the granular data, business development leads might find it challenging to gauge the true scope of competitive or collaborative leverage. The terminal confirms that there are no legislative or executive signals to drive or dampen these opportunities further. With no court opinions or lobbying activity influencing the current landscape, the playing field seems wide open. Managers who read this tape know that in times like these, the key lies not in the volume but in discerning which opportunities offer the clearest path to strategic advantage. Now, shifting focus to secondary signals, the terrain holes and lack of hiring spread tell a story of stagnation in market dynamism. With 0 hiring movements and no lobbying clusters, we are seeing a market landscape that is eerily quiet in terms of new talent acquisition and influence maneuvers. This lack of activity might indicate a mispricing in market perception, where the surface calm belies underlying potential for strategic repositioning. The absence of court opinions further underscores a period of legal stability, where external adjudications aren't reshaping the competitive terrain. For commercial research analysts, this static environment suggests a need to probe deeper into qualitative signals that aren't immediately apparent on the board. Smart portfolio moves this week reside in understanding these gaps. With no new legislative influences or executive shifts, the terrain is ripe for strategic foresight. It's about identifying where the underlying market currents might soon shift, offering proactive managers a chance to position themselves advantageously. Those who can anticipate the next wave of movement, despite the current surface calm, will likely find themselves ahead in the competitive race. The commercial GPS market is rapidly evolving, driven by technological advancements and an increasing demand for precise geolocation services across multiple sectors. Are you assessing the federal demand signals for potential alignment with your commercial objectives? Have you identified key shifts in system theory that could impact your strategic positioning? Are you leveraging monthly synthesis insights to anticipate market movements and capitalize on emerging opportunities? Our unwavering commitment is to translate complex data into actionable insights, ensuring your portfolio remains strategically aligned and primed for growth in a competitive landscape. Last thing before I sign off, and I want to be direct, 0 seats left in this week's CR Freeze Shaping Window Review. When this window closes, the terrain that justified it moves on. Next week's signal will be different. Next week's session will read a different board. If the brief we just walked through gave you a reason to act, this is the week to act on it. Code CR65, communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 4.5 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free, and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. I noticed you've been inactive for a moment.